Hello, and welcome back to Cozy English. I'm so happy you're here. Today, we are leaving the office and the daily grind behind. We are going to talk about something we all love, travel. In this episode, we meet two new friends, Alex and Jasmine. They are sitting on a park bench during their lunch break. The weather is nice, but Alex is looking a little distracted. He has what we call the travel bug. As you listen, pay attention to the differences between them. Alex likes adventure and saving money. Jasmine likes comfort and relaxation. Listen to how they disagree politely and share their opinions. So, take a deep breath, imagine a sunny day in the park, and let's listen to the first part.
It is actually such a nice day today. I'm glad we decided to eat outside. The office air conditioning was freezing me to death.
Yeah, it's nice.
Alex? Earth to Alex! What are you looking at that is so interesting?
Oh, sorry, Jasmine. I'm just scrolling through flight deals. Look at this. Round trip to Thailand for $600. That is a steal.
Thailand? Are you planning a trip? I thought you used all your vacation days last year.
I did, but I just got my new allowance for this year. And honestly, I'm feeling restless. I have a serious case of the travel bug. I just need to get away from my desk.
I get that. Everyone needs a break. So why Thailand?
The food, obviously, but also it's cheap. I could just grab my backpack, book a few hostels, and disappear for 2 weeks. No emails, no meetings, just me and the road.
See, that is where we are different. You said the word hostel, and I immediately felt stressed.
What? Hostels are great. You meet people from all over the world. It's so social.
It's also loud, and you have to share a bathroom with strangers? No, thank you. If I'm going on vacation, I want to be pampered. I want room service, fluffy towels, and a pool with a little umbrella in my drink.
That sounds boring. That's not traveling. That's just sleeping in an expensive room. Don't you want to go off the beaten path, explore the jungle, get lost in a city where you don't speak the language?
Getting lost is my nightmare, Alex. I like an itinerary. I like to know exactly where I'm sleeping and what I'm doing. I work hard all year. When I go on holiday, I want to recharge my batteries, not stress about missing a bus in the middle of nowhere.
Okay, fair point. We definitely have different travel styles. You're a tourist and I'm a traveler.
Oh, please, don't be a snob. There is nothing wrong with being a tourist. But okay, Mr. Adventurer, if you don't go to Thailand, where else is on your bucket list?
That's the problem. My bucket list is too long. I really want to hike in Patagonia. That's been a dream for years. But the equipment is expensive.
Patagonia looks beautiful in pictures. Very dramatic mountains.
Exactly. But then I also want to go to Japan. But Japan is pricey, and I'm trying to save money for a new car.
See, Japan is on my list too, but I would want to do it right. Stay in those traditional inns, eat at the sushi places. I'd need to save up for at least a year to do that.
So what about you? If money was no object, where would you go tomorrow?
Italy, specifically the Amalfi Coast. I want to rent a convertible car, drive along the ocean, eat pasta 3 times a day, and not look at a single spreadsheet.
Okay, even I have to admit, that sounds pretty good. Pasta is always a convincing argument.
Right? But for now, I think we are stuck here, unless you actually book that ticket to Thailand.
I'm tempted. My finger is hovering over the buy button.
Don't be impulsive. Have you checked if you need a visa? Have you checked the weather? It might be monsoon season.
You know, that is a very practical question. I have no idea.
See? This is why you need a planner like me. Hand me your phone, let me look it up before you end up standing in the rain for 2 weeks.
Fine. Take it. Save me from myself.
It sounds like Alex really needs a vacation, doesn't he? Before we find out if he books the ticket, let's look at some of the travel expressions they used. These are great for talking about your own holidays. Number 1. The travel bug. Alex said, I have a serious case of the travel bug. The travel bug isn't a real sickness. It's an idiom that means you have a strong, sudden desire to travel. When you feel restless and want to see the world, you catch the travel bug. Number 2. A steal. When Alex saw the flight price, he called it a steal. If something is a steal, it is very, very cheap. It's such a good bargain that it feels like you are stealing it. Number 3. Off the beaten path. Alex wants to go off the beaten path. The beaten path is where all the tourists go, the popular hotels and monuments. To go off the beaten path means to go to places that are quiet, unknown, and not crowded with tourists. Number 4. Recharge my batteries. Jasmine wants to recharge her batteries. This is a very common idiom. It means to rest and recover your energy after working hard. Just like a phone needs to be plugged in, humans need vacation to recharge. Number 5. A bucket list. They talked about their bucket list. This is a list of things you want to do or places you want to see before you die, before you kick the bucket. For example, seeing the northern lights is on my bucket list. Number 6. Impulsive. Jasmine told Alex to be impulsive. An impulsive person does things suddenly, without thinking or planning ahead. Buying a plane ticket without checking the weather is definitely impulsive. So, are you more like Alex, impulsive and adventurous, or like Jasmine, organized and careful? In part 2, our friends are going to swap stories. They are going to talk about their worst travel experiences, the things that went wrong.
Okay, so I looked it up. Good news and bad news. The good news is you don't need a visa for Thailand for up to 30 days.
Yes, that's what I wanted to hear.
The bad news is that it is definitely the rainy season in August. You might spend 2 weeks soaking wet.
I can handle a little rain. It adds to the adventure, right? It can't be worse than that time I went to Vietnam.
Oh no, I remember you mentioning Vietnam. Was that the hostel from hell story?
That was exactly the hostel from hell. You want to talk about travel disasters? That trip takes the cake.
Tell me, I need a reminder of why I pay extra for hotels.
Okay, so picture this. I was 22, broke, and trying to save every penny. I booked the cheapest hostel in Hanoi. It was $3 a night.
$3? Alex, that is a red flag immediately.
I know that now, but at the time, I thought it was a bargain. I arrived at 2 a.m. The entrance was down this dark, sketchy alleyway. I walked in, and the guy at the desk didn't even speak to me. He just threw a key at me and pointed upstairs.
This sounds like the beginning of a horror movie.
It gets worse. I walked into the dorm room. It was supposed to sleep 6 people. Jasmine, there were at least 12 beds crammed into this tiny room, and the smell? It smelled like old socks and damp towels.
Ugh, stop. I can practically smell it just by you describing it.
I climbed into my bunk bed, top bunk, thankfully, and the mattress was as thin as a piece of cardboard. But I was exhausted, so I tried to sleep. But guess what? The air conditioning was broken. It was 30 degrees inside the room, and the guy in the bunk below me snored like a chainsaw all night long.
That sounds absolutely miserable. Did you leave the next day?
I tried, but when I went to shower in the morning, there was no water. Not just no hot water, no water at all. I had to brush my teeth with a bottle of warm soda I had in my backpack.
Okay, you win. That is disgusting. See, this is why I need my comforts. I need to know there is a clean towel waiting for me.
Hey, it builds character. Now I can sleep anywhere. But what about you, Miss Organized? Surely you've never had a travel disaster. You plan everything down to the minute.
Planning doesn't stop bad luck, unfortunately. Actually, my worst trip was supposed to be my best trip. Remember my honeymoon in Italy?
Oh yeah, the Amalfi Coast trip you were just dreaming about?
Exactly. We saved up for 2 years. We booked business class flights. We booked a beautiful villa on the cliffside. It was going to be perfect.
Let me guess, it rained?
I wish it just rained. We landed in Rome, all excited. We went to baggage claim and waited. And waited. The carousel went around, and our bags never appeared.
Oh no, the classic lost luggage nightmare.
It wasn't just lost, Alex. It was gone. The airline had no idea where it was. And remember, this was our honeymoon. I had packed all my nice dresses, my expensive shoes, my makeup, everything.
So what did you do?
I had a meltdown right there in the airport. I was crying. My husband was yelling at the poor airline worker. We had to leave the airport with nothing but the clothes we were wearing, which were sweatpants and t-shirts.
That is rough. Did you get them back?
5 days. 5 days. We spent the first half of our luxury vacation wearing cheap tourist t-shirts that said, "I love pizza," because that's all we could find in the local shops.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but the image of you in a fancy Italian villa wearing a neon "I love pizza" shirt is hilarious.
It wasn't funny at the time. I felt so out of place. Everyone else looked so chic and fashionable, and I looked like a mess. But looking back, there was a silver lining.
Really? What was it?
We stopped caring. Once I realized I couldn't dress up and take perfect photos for Instagram, I actually relaxed. We just ate gelato, laughed about how ridiculous we looked, and enjoyed the view. It forced me to stop being a perfectionist.
See, even in a luxury disaster, you found a way to travel light.
I guess so, but next time I'm packing a carry-on with backup clothes. I'm never trusting an airline with my life again.
Smart move. So we have my $3 hostel nightmare and your lost luggage disaster. I think the lesson here is that travel is always a gamble.
It is. It's touch and go. You never know exactly how it's going to turn out. But it's always worth it. Even the bad trips give you good stories to tell in the park years later.
Amen to that. So, back to Thailand? Should I book it?
Book it. Just maybe spend more than $3 on the hotel this time.
Deal.
Wow. I don't know about you, but Alex's story about the hostel made me grateful for my own bed. And poor Jasmine, 5 days without luggage on a honeymoon sounds very stressful. They used some excellent vocabulary to describe their bad experiences. Let's break down 6 key phrases from part 2. Number 1, to take the cake. Alex said, "That trip takes the cake." This idiom means that something is the most extreme example of something, either the best or the worst. If you have had many bad days, but today was the absolute worst, you can say, "Today takes the cake." Number 2, a red flag. Jasmine said the $3 price was a red flag. A red flag is a warning sign. It suggests danger or a problem. If a hotel deal looks too good to be true, that is a red flag. Number 3, sketchy. Alex described the alleyway as sketchy. This is a very common slang word. If something or someone is sketchy, it means they seem unsafe, dishonest, or dangerous. You should avoid sketchy neighborhoods at night. Number 4, a silver lining. Jasmine found a silver lining in her lost luggage story. This comes from the saying, "Every cloud has a silver lining." It means finding a positive aspect in a bad situation. Her situation was bad, lost clothes, but the silver lining was that she learned to relax. Number 5, touch and go. Jasmine said travel is touch and go. This phrase describes a situation that is uncertain or precarious. You aren't sure if it will result in success or failure. If a flight is delayed and you might miss your connection, your travel plans are touch and go. And finally, number 6, to build character. Alex joked that his bad experience builds character. We use this phrase when something unpleasant happens, but we think it will make us a stronger or better person in the long run. Parents often tell their children that doing hard chores builds character. Now that we've heard the disasters, let's move on to part 3. In the next section, Alex and Jasmine are going to talk about something happier, food. They are going to discuss the best meals they have ever had while traveling and deal with the tricky subject of tipping culture in different countries. Are you ready? Let's listen.
You know, talking about Italy and Thailand is making this ham sandwich taste really boring.
Tell me about it. That is the only downside of traveling. Once you've had the real thing, the food at home just doesn't compare.
So, if we are ignoring the disasters, what is the single best meal you have ever had?
That's easy. It was in Paris. We went to this tiny bistro near the Eiffel Tower. I had duck confit with roasted potatoes. It wasn't just the food, it was the atmosphere. The waiter was wearing a tuxedo, there was candlelight, it was magical.
Sounds fancy and expensive.
It was a splurge for sure, but the service was impeccable. I'm a foodie, Alex. I don't mind paying for quality. What about you? Let me guess, a taco from a truck?
Close. It was actually in Mexico City. I found this little hole-in-the-wall place that had plastic chairs and no menu.
Plastic chairs and no menu usually means I'm walking the other way.
You're missing out. The grandmother in the kitchen was making fresh tortillas by hand. I had 3 tacos al pastor for about $2. It was spicy, fresh, messy. Honestly, it was a religious experience.
I admit the food sounds good, but I always worry about hygiene with those places. I like to play it safe. I don't want to spend my vacation with food poisoning.
That's a risk, sure, but street food is where the culture is. If you only eat in restaurants with white tablecloths, you're separated from the real people.
I wouldn't say separated, I'd say comfortable. But speaking of restaurants and culture, can we talk about something that stresses me out every time I travel?
What's that?
Tipping.
Oh my gosh, yes, it is a nightmare. It is so confusing.
Right? In the US, you have to tip 20% or the waiter hates you. But when I went to Japan, I tried to leave a tip and the waiter actually ran down the street to give me my money back. He thought I forgot it.
Really?
Yes. Apparently, tipping is considered rude there. It implies the boss doesn't pay them enough.
That is wild. I had the opposite problem in Europe. I sat down for a coffee, and when the bill came, there was a service charge included, but then also a cover charge for sitting at the table. I had no idea what I was actually paying for.
It's a minefield. I usually just Google tipping rules before I land. I'm terrified of offending someone.
I usually just look around and see what the locals are doing. When in Rome, right?
When in Rome, exactly. But sometimes the locals pay with an app or they just leave coins, and I'm just sitting there doing complex math in my head.
I wish it was universal. Just pay people a good wage and put the final price on the menu. Simple.
I agree. It would save me so much anxiety. But until then, I'll keep over-tipping just to be safe. I'd rather lose $5 than be the rude tourist.
See, that's the difference between us again. You overtip to be polite, I count my pennies because I'm broke.
Speaking of being broke, we need to get back to work so we can actually earn money for these imaginary trips. Lunch hour is almost over.
Back to reality, from tacos in Mexico to spreadsheets in the office.
Don't look so sad. Only 4 hours left.
Let's go, but I'm booking that Thailand ticket tonight. I'm serious.
If you do, I'll buy you a guidebook. You need it.
It seems like Alex and Jasmine can't agree on anything except that tipping is confusing. That conversation was full of great vocabulary for eating out and traveling. Let's look at 6 expressions from part 3. Number 1, a foodie. Jasmine called herself a foodie. This is slang term for a person who has a very strong interest in food. A foodie doesn't just eat to survive. They love exploring new restaurants, cooking, and talking about flavors. Number 2, a hole in the wall. Alex described his favorite restaurant as a hole in the wall. This sounds negative, but it's actually a compliment among travelers. A hole in the wall is a small, unpretentious, and usually inexpensive restaurant or bar. It doesn't look fancy from the outside, but the food inside is often amazing. Number 3, to play it safe. Jasmine likes to play it safe with food. This means to avoid risks. Instead of trying the strange street food that might make her sick, she chooses the clean restaurant. She chooses the safe option. Number 4, a splurge. Jasmine admitted her dinner in Paris was a splurge. To splurge means to spend a lot of money freely on something that is a luxury, not a necessity. You might splurge on a nice watch, a vacation, or a fancy meal. And finally, number 6, to foot the bill. Note, they didn't use this exact phrase in the dialogue, but it fits the context well. Let's swap it for one they did use. A minefield. Jasmine called tipping a minefield. A literal minefield is a war zone with explosives in the ground. Metaphorically, a minefield is a subject or situation that is very complicated and full of hidden dangers. One wrong move, like not tipping enough, can cause a disaster, offending the waiter. We are almost at the end of our journey with Alex and Jasmine. In the final part, they are going to say goodbye and make a plan for the future. Plus, I'll give you my final advice for improving your English listening this week. Stay tuned for part 4.
All right, lunch break is officially over. We have exactly 7 minutes to get back to the office before the boss notices we are missing.
Don't remind me. I feel like a prisoner walking back to his cell.
Oh, stop being so dramatic. It's just a job. It pays for your tacos, remember?
I know. But doesn't it feel wrong to be inside on a day like this? Humans weren't meant to sit under fluorescent lights for 8 hours a day. We were meant to be, gathering berries and swimming in rivers.
Well, I prefer air conditioning and a paycheck to gathering berries, but I get what you mean. The daily grind can be exhausting.
Hey, watch out. The bike almost hit you.
Whoa, thank you. See, that guy was definitely being impulsive. No helmet, going the wrong way, total chaos.
Maybe he's rushing to the airport. Maybe he's escaping.
You are obsessed today. But seriously, Alex, about this Thailand trip, are you actually going to do it, or is this just pie in the sky talk?
Pie in the sky. I haven't heard that one in a while. Honestly, I think I'm going to do it.
Really? Even with the rain and the hostels?
Yeah. Talking to you about it made me realize something. I've been waiting for the perfect time to go, but there is never a perfect time, is there?
No, there isn't. There will always be a project at work or a bill to pay or a family wedding. Sometimes you just have to bite the bullet.
Exactly. If I don't go now, I'll be sitting at my desk next year, having this exact same conversation with you. And that scares me more than the rain.
Well, I'm proud of you. It's a brave decision. But
But what?
please, for the love of everything holy, buy travel insurance. If you break your leg in the jungle, I am not starting a GoFundMe page for you.
Deal. I'll get the insurance. And actually, can I ask a favor?
Let me guess. You want my ultimate packing checklist?
Maybe. You mentioned you have a spreadsheet for everything. I wouldn't mind seeing it. I usually just throw 3 t-shirts in a bag and hope for the best.
I knew it. You pretend to be a cool, carefree traveler, but you secretly crave my organization.
I don't crave it. I just respect it. From a distance.
Fine. I'll email it to you this afternoon, but it's a color-coded Excel sheet. Don't be intimidated.
I'll try my best to understand your advanced technology. And we are back. The air is so stale in here.
It's not stale, it's climate-controlled. By the way, are you coming to the team meeting at 2 p.m.?
Do I have a choice?
Not really. But hey, let's do something fun this weekend to distract you. Are you free Saturday?
I think so. Why?
There's a new Thai restaurant opening downtown. Not a hole in the wall, but not super fancy either. We can go do some research for your trip.
That sounds awesome. I'm in. You just want to make sure I know what real pad Thai tastes like before I leave.
Consider it part of your education. I'll text you the details.
Perfect. Thanks for the lunch break pep talk, Jasmine. I think I really needed it.
Anytime. Now go look busy. The boss is walking this way.
Fingers crossed he doesn't ask about the report.
Good luck. See you at 2.
Later.
And just like that, Alex and Jasmine are back to the daily grind. But it sounds like Alex is finally going to book that ticket. In this final part of our conversation, they used some really rich idioms about work, decision-making, and luck. Let's break down the final 6 phrases of this episode. Number 1, the daily grind. Jasmine mentioned the daily grind. This refers to the difficult, repetitive, and tiring routine of working every day. When work feels boring and endless like you are grinding a stone, we call it the daily grind. Number 2, pie in the sky. Jasmine asked if the trip was just pie in the sky. This is a funny idiom. Imagine a delicious pie floating in the sky. You can see it, but you can't reach it. It refers to an idea or a plan that is pleasant to think about, but very unlikely to actually happen. Jasmine was asking, is this real or just a dream? Number 3, to bite the bullet. Jasmine told Alex to bite the bullet. Historically, before anesthesia, soldiers had to bite on a lead bullet during surgery to handle the pain. Today, it means to force yourself to do something difficult or unpleasant that you have been avoiding. Alex has been avoiding booking the trip, but now he's going to bite the bullet and do it. Number 4, GoFundMe. Jasmine joked about a GoFundMe page. This isn't an idiom, but a cultural reference. GoFundMe is a popular website where people ask for donations to help pay for emergencies, like medical bills. Jasmine is saying, if you get hurt, I am not asking strangers to pay for your hospital bill. Number 5, fingers crossed. Alex said, fingers crossed. This is a gesture, crossing your middle finger over your index finger, and a phrase used to wish for good luck or to hope that something happens the way you want it to. Fingers crossed the boss doesn't see me. And finally, number 6, to look busy. Jasmine told Alex to look busy. This is a classic office phrase. It means you should pretend to be working hard because a manager is watching, even if you aren't actually doing anything important. Well, friends, we have reached the end of our journey with Alex and Jasmine. We traveled from a park bench to a $3 hostel in Vietnam, all the way to a luxury villa in Italy, and finally back to the office elevator. I hope this episode helped you realize that English isn't just about grammar rules. It's about storytelling. It's about complaining about your job, dreaming of vacations, and joking with your friends. Here is my challenge for you this week. If you could travel anywhere in the world tomorrow, where would you go? And are you an Alex or a Jasmine? Leave a comment below and let me know. I read every single one. Thank you for spending this hour with Cozy English. If you enjoyed this, please click that subscribe button so we can have coffee together again next week. Until then, keep listening, stay curious, and safe travels. Goodbye.